back to your favorite podcast with the two guys that are guys, and there's also one
You're
person.
listening on the radio.
And then there's one guy over there in the corner. He doesn't really talk. And
He's
then
on the radio.
there are a couple guys up there, and they're sitting there, and they're Batman and Robin.
You're
And you
listening
got Godzilla up on top.
to Led Zeppelin
And you got Ultraman.
on the
You got Joker.
radio.
You've got that one guy.
Ow!
You got Cyclops from Star Trek.
You're listening. Ready? Ow!
Hey guys, I'm just to let you know.
Hey, this is
this is uploaded late.
This is the first late episode we've ever did.
It's
Tim.
not the first one.
What?
No, I've uploaded late before because of various
Tuesday?
issues.
Oh my!
No,
goodness.
I'm gonna get this uploaded tonight.
You're getting it uploaded tonight?
Yeah, bitch.
Holy shit!
I don't have time to do it tomorrow.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it tonight. But it will be late for Monday.
Ladies and gentlemen, late for a Monday. This is a late Monday. Do you want to tell them what happened?
Yeah, I'll tell them. Hey guys,
What'd you just do?
I can't tell you.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
a secret.
I know you can't tell me,
It's a
but I
secret.
saw something
It's a
with your
secret.
foot down there. You're gonna have to press it with your.
No, I just had to get it ready.
You had to get it right.
All
Okay.
right, so
I know.
guys, hey, so everybody out there, I was sick. Boy, was I sick.
Tim was a sick man.
So Tia came home from her trip.
Happy birthday, Tia.
Tia's back.
Welcome back from the pond.
Welcome back from Europe.
Yo, I tell you, Europe.
And when she got back, she started getting the sniffles and shit. I was like, uh-oh.
She caught it from a
she was
Italian man.
We both thought, we were both like, you know what? Probably allergies. Because you were like out of the Ohio Valley for a while. 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And then you come back and it's like, oh, by the way, remember all the allergens that are in the fucking air? Remember all this pollen and garbage
Remember
we have?
how polluted Georgia is?
Remember how shitty? What?
I said Georgia instead of the United States.
Yeah, same thing. And so we were like, yeah, it's probably just allergies. And you know what? I bet some of it was. But by Friday, when she's still feeling bad, it's like, well, it's not just that. It's definitely not just that, because she was like not good. She was sick.
Child.
But also, like 3 or 4 of the guys that I work with were sick on like Wednesday or Thursday.
It is starting to
and
be.
then it just got worse and worse. Like basically everybody that I work with has been sick now. So I don't know if I got it from her. I don't know if I got it from them. Probably a little bit both. Just mingling. Maybe I'm sick all around.
I might be sick after this podcast.
But anyway, so Friday morning I woke up and I was I had a little bit of runny nose when I first woke up, but that happens sometimes, you know. I got allergies.
Yeah, it
So I was like, I mean, I'm concerned because there are a lot of people around me that are sick, but it's not an uncommon thing. So I was like, I could be fine. And then I go to work and I'm feeling good. My nose is not running. I don't feel congested at all. And then by about 2:00, it's like, oh no, I'm sick. And then I get home and it just goes downhill. It just keeps getting worse. And then Saturday I spent all day in bed. I slept probably 8 hours during the day.
Yeah.
And then Sunday I didn't sleep like a lot, but I did sleep during the day more. And I stayed in bed all day, which was definitely the right call. Because I feel great today, comparatively. I am exhausted, but not sick feeling. I'm still congested a little bit, but not.
I hear congestion, but well, I'm glad you feel better, Tim. Sometimes we get sick, and sometimes the podcast comes up late. But you guys are still gonna get it.
So the
if we
question
can give it to you.
that I had regarding that like when you get sick,
No,
would you rather it be?
no, I wouldn't.
Would
Please don't ask the rest
okay,
of that question.
okay, I'll
forget about it.
Wish I said something else.
You keep your foot. Your foot is hovering over a little box on the ground, Tim, and it's a mystery box that I haven't seen yet before. I knew it.
This is the best loop
You know
you've
what's
ever
funny?
heard.
That no one knows what that is. I don't think. Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna find a way to hook this up to the mics next week.
Thank you. All right. Do it again. Ladies and gentlemen, now we have a loop pedal on the podcast. And now, Tim, and have you ever used it? This is your first time using
No,
it?
I've used it. I've used it, yeah.
Oh, you've used it.
Yeah. Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I'm so glad.
This is a
that
new theme song.
I'm so glad I figured out how to hook this up. I've had this for forever.
Really?
Yeah, but I didn't have enough cords for it. So I finally got another cord and then figured out how to get it hooked up to this.
Okay. Doing it with your little toes. There we go. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, look at
You
that.
Figured out.
Oh,
How
I
to,
stopped it.
I turned the volume. No. No.
It's okay, I'll erase that one. It's gone. It's gone. You
Well, I
can't bring it
liked
back.
All right.
Anyway,
That was a
that's
good-
the newest addition to the podcast.
That's an addition.
Welcome back.
Guys,
So the question that I was going to ask you,
I told you not to ask it.
well, I have to.
right.
I don't have any more content.
I got plenty,
I don't have any.
but I'll answer the question
All right.
nonetheless.
So my question is, so you have to if you got to get sick sometimes. Everybody got to get sick sometimes. So would you rather
it's required.
get sick like during the week
Man.
or like right on the weekend? Because like you get sick during the week, maybe you're missing some work, maybe
missing
you're staying
pay.
home. See, yeah, you're missing pay. But you get sick on the weekend, you're not missing pay, you're not missing work, but you're not missing work, and now your weekend's fucked.
Yeah, it's weekend, but I fucking hate it.
Yeah,
But
It's bad both ways.
Only because because I get paid
it's
less
bad
that
both
week.
ways.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not good. I don't want to get sick.
yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, what do I prefer? I prefer getting sick on the weekday, but responsibly,
Yeah.
weekend is more.
See, I think we're in about the same
Helpful.
boat there. Yeah, it's I
yeah.
was glad that I got sick when I did because I'm like, oh, now I don't have to miss work or class. It'll be fine.
Yeah. And
But
I
I was also like, fuck, man, I had shit I wanted to do this weekend. And now that's not gonna happen.
I work at a place too where they're like, "Oh man, I cut my arm off yesterday. I still came in and put up a big
I'm
old
here
bar.
now.
I put up a bar in a hotel."
I cut off my arm and I glued it on with
You
a
would-
little bit of glue.
You would know I'm an electrician by the way I put up a whole hotel by myself.
You can tell I'm an electrician by the way I've got arm made
I
out
run a
of
hotel out of my
wires.
goddamn garage.
I have a garage
Wires.
full of hotel.
I got wires.
I got wires.
It's
I got wire
multiplying.
nuts. I got junction boxes. I got
Comedy.
I got conduit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tim,
Yeah. What's up? You said you had content.
Tim.
I heard that you had content.
well, you heard a little preview of the content last night.
Oh, well, yeah.
Sorry,
Did I?
Dracula was about to play. Yeah. Remember I texted you last night?
What did you text me about?
You don't even remember that.
No, I don't. I
I need
really
you to
don't.
look at your phone then right now.
I don't know where it is. I was looking for it before we started. I couldn't find it.
I texted you about the smell of.
Oh, propane.
I asked you. So, well, this weekend has been busy as fuck for me. We rearranged our whole fucking place.
Yeah, yeah.
We rearranged
That's
it
kind of fun.
completely. Well,
No, not fun.
what's the word?
Work.
Work. Thank you. We'll be right back after this. Mystery life is a mystery. You don't even know what's going on. Mystery. You don't even know what's going on anymore.
You wouldn't even know about it. If you looked at it in your eyes, you wouldn't even be able to tell.
Mystery. God damn it.
This is the best
so
thing for our show.
We rearranged it all, Tim.
All of it's different.
We put in a Baxter belt.
Yeah.
We put in a Reynolds.
A riddle and another guy.
Sorry, we put the living room on a different side.
Oh, okay.
And the place that was going to be the living room is going to be an office area now when we get our desk and computers. And then we changed our room that we had into the dining room.
Yeah.
And now we changed that one room that was hers at the beginning is now our room.
Yeah.
And now it's such a big old goddamn clusterfuck of mess in there. So that's fun. And that's what we did all weekend.
Okay.
Last night, I smelled something.
Yeah.
Last night I smelled something.
Yeah.
You know what I smelled?
No, I don't actually. We never.
I smelled some rotten ass egg.
Yeah, smelled some rotten.
I smelled
egg.
some sulfurish rotten egg.
The rottenish egg.
And it's a smell I recognized because it's a smell. One time I was driving to work and near like where our shop is.
Yeah.
Like headquarters, if you will.
Yeah.
There's like this big factory area. Thank you. There's this big factory.
There's a big factory.
This big factory area.
Yeah.
And one time it smelled like absolute shit outside, and it
Yeah.
smelled like rotten eggs.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that must be that sulfur rotten egg smell I've heard so much about that I had never smelled before. I know that. That's fucking disgusting. What
Yeah.
a disgusting smell.
Yeah.
I smelled it in my house.
Yeah.
My apartment, part of an old ass house, last night, and I was like, okay, what is that? Why would I smell rotten eggs all of a sudden in my house?
Like, suspicious.
So I just looked up rotten eggs, and you know what the first thing that pops up is? Gas leak.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, well, that's not good. And I'm like, so I tried to look. I looked it up 1,000 different times. I asked 1,000 different questions.
Yeah.
Always popped up sulfur, rotten eggy smell.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
And then you asked me, and I was like, I don't feel like it smells like sulfur. And you're like, well, I don't know what to think now.
Yeah. Well, there's that, and then, I asked Emma if she could smell what I was smelling.
Yeah.
And she was like, yep, I smell that.
Yeah, I'm not nose deaf. I can smell it.
That's a smell. It was only in like the hallway area, and then it picked up outside for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why. But I smelled it, and I was like, so I called my dad, and I'm like, yo, Dad, what do you do in this scenario? Because I'm still 23, and I still have to do that.
Help.
I'm like, help, because I'm pretty sure that if it's a gas leak that kills people in their sleep. So, I don't know if that's it, but that's all the internet is saying, that's what that smell. I know that's what that smell was. I'm not dumb. I know that it was. I don't know if it's a gas leak, but I know I smelled sulfur and rotten egg for some reason. And if the internet is telling me that's what it smells like, then it's like I don't know what to do about that.
Gotta trust somebody.
Gotta trust somebody. So he's like, yeah, call LG&E.
Right.
And
which is absolutely what you should do.
Yes.
In the event of a gas leak or a suspected gas leak, you should absolutely call whoever your utility provider is.
And the worst part is because I don't know. I've never smelled a gas leak before. I've never smelled that smell before.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm
Yeah.
supposed to smell. But I know they put shit in it to smell like rotten eggs
Right,
on purpose.
because it just doesn't actually smell like anything.
No, it doesn't
but
smell like anything.
They make it smell like something so that you don't die as often.
And so we call LG&E, and it takes them like an hour. This is later at night too. It's like 10:30 when I first or it was like 10 when I first smelled it, and
Right.
we didn't get done till late. So I have the LG. We evacuate. Bigby and Emma are in the car, and I'm like outside on the phone with LG&E. And I saw other things that were saying like you should call 911 too, and I was like, I'm not gonna do that because
Yeah.
911's just gonna call LG&E.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
gonna be like, I don't know what to. I'm a cop. I don't know what to do about that. Because what do they know? Anyway,
They'd probably send the fire department. I think.
probably, but I didn't
yeah.
know if it needed that, and I really
Yeah,
didn't
that's
want.
fair.
I really would have just preferred if LG&E hated me,
Yeah.
which we'll get to that. So they finally, the guy finally shows up, right? And this fucking guy, he comes out of the car, right? I'm standing, like he pulls up. I'm standing on, because I'm waiting for him to show up, the LG&E guy. And he comes and he drives up like right by, and he doesn't even look at me. He's still in his car, and he's in his car for like a good 2 or 3 minutes. And I was like, some good urgency. And he's
come
like,
check this
dude,
out.
he has like an iPad thing that's like on his dashboard that he's like typing into. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe he's doing something.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, he gets out of the car. He gets out of the car and shuts the door.
Couldn't
and
find my damn music.
Nope, doesn't say it. He doesn't say that. He nonchalantly walks over to me and just looks at me. And I go, hi, I'm Dalen. I'm the one who called about. And then there was nothing. He didn't say it. He didn't say anything. He was just like, I was like, okay. So, all right. Well, I guess I can let you in the house to show you what is up, because they told me before that they were sending a guy and that he'd like come in, or like I needed to be in the area to let him into the place.
Right, which makes sense.
It does. That's where I smelled it. So I didn't know what he needed to get to, because the only thing that we were told that runs on gas is our heating, which isn't in our apartment. It's in the basement of the whole house.
Gotcha.
Right? So I didn't know why he needed to be in our place anyway, besides just to smell it or whatever. And I was like, okay, but he hasn't said anything to me yet.
Yeah.
Right? And so I was trying to say, so I come up to the door and he's following behind me, hasn't said anything yet. And I'm like, okay, what did I fucking say? I was like, so I don't know what it is that you're looking for. To in there, but I can show you where the smell is. And he makes this face. I mean, he furrows his brow.
Yeah.
And he squints his eyes. He says, "You don't know what I'm looking for?" And I was like, "Yeah, I mean, I don't." I called about it.
I don't know what you need to check. Like, what's crazy about this?
And I was like, "Yeah, I don't."
I'm
don't know
sorry
what-
if I phrased that weird, but you should be able to get there.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, "Come on, man, we gotta."
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
having a
this is
conversation. It's not a hard conversation
Yeah.
I'm having. I thought, and then, hi, how are you doing? It's like, what do you mean?
what are you asking me?
What are you asking me? Right now?
Oh shit.
Never mind.
Yeah, I guess I'll go leave.
And then, so after that, I was so taken aback. I was like, "Oh, I called you about the gas leak thing, right? Because I thought I smelled a gas leak." And he said, "You thought you smelled a gas leak?" And I was like, "Yeah, that is what I called."
What did they tell you were coming here for?
And then he said, he said, "Well, what you said was that you couldn't really tell what the smell was." And I was like, I mean, I wasn't sure what the smell of a gas leak was. I told them that, but I'm pretty sure
Like, I didn't know we were trying to convince, like, a judge that I'm committing perjury right now. Like, what are you...
I didn't know that either. And I was like... And he was like, so what did you smell in there? I was like, well, from what I looked up, it's rotten eggs and sulfur. And he rolls his eyes, and he's like, I can't believe they keep fucking telling people that that's what this gas smells like. And I was like, they keep... Who's
they?
The internet, I guess. Fuck. And then, I swear to God, he goes over to the gas meter, and he unhooks it, and it starts going, psst, right? And gas coming out, and he's like, smell this. He says, come over here on my right and smell this.
I mean, maybe that's a perfectly normal thing to do, but that sounds batshit crazy.
Yeah, it felt like it. He was like, smell this.
Just smell this. Here's gas. Is this it?
Yeah. And I was like,
I told you, like when I was a kid, the gas company gave my parents scratch and sniff shit. That's like, this is what gas leaks smell like.
That'd be amazing.
And I like, maybe they don't do that anymore, but like you'd think they'd bring that around and be like, smell that. You know, that's a less insane thing to do.
Yeah. Also, I hated that it made me feel crazy for not knowing what that fucking smell was.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
not going over and going, whenever I see gasoline.
If my phone could produce the smell when I look it up, then, you know, then fuck me if I don't know. But, like, it can't do that. That's not what phones do. So, I'm sorry.
So, I smell it, and guess what? It doesn't really smell like that.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay. But it still smelled faintly, like, gross. But what I was thinking, I was like, well, I bet it's different because I'm right at the fucking source of it, too. Because I'm, like, right there. Like,
that's fair.
Like, I'm getting the gas right in my fucking face.
Yeah.
I don't know why I chose to do it. I'm just easily convinced. I should have been like, fuck you, no. Ew. What?
Yeah.
What are you trying to... No. If it's bad that it's leaking...
It's not going to hurt you.
I guess not, but...
Like, not that amount, but...
I assumed he was a professional. He certainly wasn't acting like it.
Yeah.
And then, so I smell it, and I was like, well, kind of like that. And he was like, so is there like a heater or something in the house or whatever? And I was like, no, it's in the basement. Let me go, like, take you there. Yeah. And so I go and take him to the basement, right? And no words are said. And, God, I open the door, and I let him in, which is unlocked. All the time, by the way.
There's like a weird
set for... We'll get to it. There's more to the story. Right. We'll get to that. So that door is unlocked, and he goes down there, and he's like... He goes in there, and he's down there for like 5 or 6 minutes, and I'm just standing up there. Yeah. It's dark out. It's also gross down there. And no one goes down there and takes care of that area. Right. So he comes up the stairs. He's like, so how many apartments are there in here in this? And I was like, so I think like 7 or 8, you know?
Yeah.
8, maybe 9. And he was like, with only 4 meters? And I said, I don't know. I know there's more than 6. I know there's at least 6 apartments.
Yeah.
You know, and I was pissed because of how he was treating me. So I gave him some attitude there. I was like, I don't know, man.
I don't own this place.
He's like,
I just live here.
Only 4 meters. I'm like, you want to go upstairs right now and see what I've fucking seen with my eyes? That there's 6 apartments?
Yeah.
There are 6 apartments at least.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's more than that too. There's like 7 or 8. Anyway, he goes and he does some tests or whatever. And I go tell Emma, who's in the car, all about this, and she's not happy. She's like, I'll murder that man.
Yeah.
If he comes close to me, I'll actually do a murder on him.
Yeah. Yep.
Because good for him that it was me and not her that was handling all this, because I was handling all this. I can like take that. I'm not gonna do. If you were like that to her, she would rip your fucking limbs off.
Yeah.
And I would watch it, and I'd be like, don't be like that.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Don't be like that, and then you won't get your rims
lipped off.
So I'm like real anxious at this, right? Because it seems at this point there's no gas leak or anything like that,
right?
And I made a big deal over nothing, and it's not even really my fucking fault because I just did what I was supposed to do.
I mean, you did the right thing. That's absolutely what you're supposed to do.
If I never got the education on it in school, which I don't remember ever getting,
no.
on what to do if there's a gas leak or
I don't
anything
think
like
we fucking
that.
talked about that.
No. Never got that. Never smelled it a day in my life. So once I smell something fishy and I follow the internet's directions, and not just the internet, but it's these electric or gas companies,
Right.
that, these websites that are telling you this is what you do in the terms of this, and this is what it smells like.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, these are trustworthy sources. I'm not stupid. I'm not just going on the internet.
You're not
a
looking
blog
at the
post.
first fucking thing and being like, well, that's it.
I'm not looking at a random Reddit thread comment on favorite video games. So he's doing his shit for like 15 minutes, and then he doesn't say, hey, come over here. He takes his flashlight and he just starts waving it like in my eyes, like aiming it to get into my eyes to get my attention.
That's so weird.
And I was like, you could say something.
Yeah.
I'm not even that far
Use
away.
your words, bro.
You can walk over to me if you want. I'm not that far away, actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I go over there, and you know what? It is a fucking gas leak.
Oh, seriously?
It was a fucking gas leak. And I was like...
I bet that guy feels fucking stupid.
Well, he stopped being real mean.
Well, that's good.
For after that.
Because it would be really dumb if he continued to be.
Yeah. I mean, there was one instance, but I kind of let it slide because I was like, I don't fucking care enough.
Yeah, yeah.
The first time I cared because I was like, I'm just trying to do the right thing.
Yeah.
It was a gas leak, but the interesting part of it was that it was a gas leak that seemingly it didn't have anything to do with our place.
Oh, really?
Our specific apartment.
Okay.
And he was like, I don't know how you would have smelled it because there's no gas, whatever, that should go into that direction. But what I found was that it was reading on his thing that there was a leak in some place or whatever. So he did another extra test on it and he found out that it was. But in the meantime, we had to go like up and down the basement like 2 or 3 times and go by the meters, which are by the other apartment directly next to us.
Yeah.
Like right in front of their windows. And their windows were like, our neighbors' windows were like, completely like open and stuff. And he's just sitting there like his face is like this close, like 3 inches away from the window as he's like working on shit, and their curtains are open, and apparently they opened the window and were like talking to him or something.
Oh, really?
Right. And so when he waved me over that second time, he's like, the first thing, or no, he says the stuff, right? And then he also asks, he's like, so you guys got like homeless people around here? And I was like, first of all, I was like, what an interesting question to ask currently. I was like, yeah, there's some like homeless people that live like a couple houses down that like, there's like an abandoned building over there that they just kind of like park it outside. And sometimes there'll be someone who's sleeping in the park next to us on a bench or something. Yeah. And he was like, oh, okay. Well, your neighbors just like told me about him. And I was like, the fuck?
So why did you ask me then?
Also, I'm like, why was my neighbor's first thing to tell the person who's checking for a fucking gas leak, there's homeless people around here?
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
What a weird...
Maybe they thought he was a homeless person?
Maybe?
At first?
Maybe? I don't know. No,
that's a weird thing to say.
He definitely didn't look... He had his LG&E stuff, but it was weird. I was like, I don't know what... I don't know. Maybe they were like, maybe it's one of the homeless guys over here fucking ruined everything. Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
Just came over with his homeless tools and unhooking all of the pipes. Yeah.
Here comes another interesting thing that I found out that makes me scared about my place now.
Good. And what is it?
You know what's funny? It has nothing to do with the gas leak.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That is kind of funny.
After he says the homeless person thing, we're walking down, and he goes down to the basement. I'm standing up, standing up by the stairs, and then he like shines his flashlight over to the left, and he's like, and this basement is like 3 or 4 feet from my back door, and it's like underneath the stairs, going up to the other back doors of the other apartments and stuff, and it's just like a little cellar basically. And he shines his like light over to the left, and he's like, there's a mattress down here.
Oh, just like under.
There was a mattress down there.
Yeah. All right.
And he was like, I was like, he's like, yeah, I think someone might have been staying down here at some point.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
And so I go and I see, and I wanted to look. And at first, the mattress is like positioned in a weird way to where it's like, I don't know, it looks like it was just thrown down here.
Yeah, just maybe stored there.
Right? And I was like, what a weird, like, it's just trash. But then I saw on the ground next to it, there was like candy wrappers and like things. And so we definitely had a squatter in our apartment at some point, which makes too much sense in hindsight for us, because there have been things that have happened in our apartment where we're like, we didn't do that. But like, where would anyone be to do that? We keep our doors locked most of the time, and what's going on there? So that part freaked me out, and it made me think of one time Emma and we found like soap that was in our shower that definitely wasn't ours. We were just, Emma was like, did you buy this? I was like, I've never used that a day in my life.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I don't remember ever buying it. It could have been like one of the soap, like an extra thing of soap that came like during a move or something, and I just never opened it. I got a bunch of stuff down but I don't recognize it. And she was like, well, I definitely didn't buy it. And I was like, well, I don't know how, it must have been me, I guess. That's what I kind of
I mean, because otherwise, like, how else would it be there? But
I've forgotten to lock the doors sometimes.
Yeah.
So we're thinking now that I'm like, someone might have come in and taken a little shower. Someone might have taken a shower in our place. Sometimes we've had food missing before that we could, that she'll be like,
couldn't
I know
figure
you ate
out
that.
who ate that. Yeah.
And I was like, she'll be like, I know you ate that. I'm like, I know I do most of the time. I'll tell you when I do. I didn't eat that this time. I swear to God.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, who did that?
That's fun.
No, it's not, Tim.
That's
not
awesome.
Fun. Hasn't happened in a while. But anyway, so that happens, and it gets wrapped up basically, and he goes on his way, and that was it basically for that. But it was a lot of things I found out about my place, and so I had to stay home from work today to like call the landlord and get people out here to come and fix it because they turned our gas off.
Yeah.
For right reason. And so
cool.
What a story. I have
That's
a squatter
awesome.
and
That's
a gas leak.
Hey, I mean, what a combination.
What
a combo.
all for living in Louisville, Kentucky
That's kind of crazy. That really is.
It's kind of crazy. Now I'm like, well, we just rearranged the fucking place. I don't want to move. But that makes me be like, I need to get the fuck. I can't. But at the same time, it's like good price for
Yeah.
Good price. So that's
what they need to do is they're to start locking the basement.
Hey,
because
start locking the fucking basement.
Because a little bit also.
Yeah, I mean,
like man, it's
how
tough.
about lock the basement and give all the residents a key to it? Maybe
that'd be all right.
Because at first, I was like, I'm glad it's not locked because I can just fucking Because if they came over and it was locked or something, I couldn't let them in for the gas leak.
Now
and they're like, well, we gotta go.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, well, we'll just let that leak out then.
Yeah.
So they should. There's a lot of things they should do.
Yeah.
But they were super responsive for the first time when I told them about the gas leak.
Right.
Which makes sense. That's something you got to be responsive to.
Oh yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah. So they got it fixed. Basically, we just need someone to come out and test it again.
Yeah.
So.
The only thing I've ever had like the gas leak was when lightning struck the house my parents lived in that I lived in with them. It was in middle school, I think.
Really?
And it was like they think that what happened was lightning struck the where the gas comes in from the outside and traveled up the pipe and caused little pinholes in it.
Ooh.
So they had to replace like parts of the pipe. But like it caught on fire. So lightning struck, and then we saw that it was like on fire. And I was like, oh, it was a small fire because it was just the gas, and it was all
probably
surrounded
raining.
by metal. Well, the fire was inside.
Oh, good.
Yeah, where it should be, where you want it.
That's where if there's gonna be a fire, I want it to be in. I want it to be enclosed.
But with that situation, we called the fire department, and because there was fire.
Oh, there's a fire in our
Like
house.
we put it out with the fire extinguisher, and then I think my dad went ahead and turned off the gas because I think he was smart enough to do that. But
Apparently, you're not
like-
supposed to do that, though.
oh well, I think
what I
our
was seeing.
situation's was a little different because it's like we had
I think in those
direct access to the tank and everything. I don't know.
They tell
Anyway.
people not to do it because you could, if you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna fuck it up and kill everyone.
Probably,
But
yeah.
if it's like if you know what to do,
Right.
go ahead.
Yeah. But yeah, the fire department came out and checked it and did everything, so that ended up getting fixed pretty quickly. But that's the only real experience I've had with anything like that.
You ever had a squatter?
I've never had a squatter that I know of. But I mean, that would not be the craziest thing that could happen around where my parents live. I mean, that's
I guess not.
It's a big place.
It's a big place.
It's a big place.
Oh my god. That's like I used to look up YouTube videos of that because it would scare me because I'm like that's something that scares me actually.
Yeah.
And then I saw it and I was like, no,
Yeah.
no, don't.
Like I don't want that.
No. Also, when Emma used to partake in smoking, she would go out on her right. She had a little ashtray that was out there, and one time she came home and all of her cigarettes that were in the ashtray were like gone. They weren't on the ground. They
Yeah.
were just gone. And she was like, "What? Who
Like,
did
well,
that?"
had to be. That had to
We
be-
didn't. I had
yeah.
no explanation for it. I was like, maybe the homeless guys were coming over here and like looking through or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Which isn't completely off now that I'm. But now I know. Now I know what happened there, for sure. And I was like, oh man, what were you doing?
Yeah. I gotta be honest, I think there's not a whole lot that's subtle that's scarier than something being out of place in your home.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I didn't do that.
I don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
something that's for sure we both didn't do that.
Like, obviously there are scarier things that can happen, but like that's super subtle, but like the kind of thing that just like sticks with you. You're like, well, that's just I'm gonna think about that now.
I didn't let it scare me the first couple times because I'm like, well,
yeah, because you're
things-
like, well, it's probably a reasonable explanation. Like,
There is.
I moved it. One of us forgot.
but it happened a couple times too many.
Right. Yeah.
And-
to where it's like now that there's evidence that there was a squatter, it's like, oh, I think I know then what happened.
And I don't know if they're still down there or if they still hang around, but I just saw that there was.
Yeah,
there
that's
was,
the fun thing is you don't know if they're gone or not.
Yeah, that was it was just, there was evidence of that there was someone down there at one point, like with all the
Yeah.
food wrappers and stuff.
Yeah.
And like, it was lived in. And Emma said something about like maybe a rodent came and took it down there. And I was like, yeah, maybe.
Probably not, though.
I'm not gonna, why
It's
was,
not impossible.
I'm already stretching by being like, why is there a mattress down here just thrown down here, you know?
Right.
Like by saying like, oh, it's just like trash or something. It's just a
Yeah.
trash mattress. No,
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think there's actually so many homeless people around where we live. So
Yeah.
it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Not at all. No.
Not even a little bit. So, which sucks because I want them to be cozy at night. I'd like that for them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the part that sucks the most about that is like,
Hey man, if
You-
you asked or something,
Like, I
if
don't-
I just knew that you were down there and you didn't go in my fucking place,
yeah. Well, that's the part that really makes it an issue. Like,
if
there
that happened, I
are
don't know.
problems anyway. Like whatever. But like, your biggest concern, you personally, is like, hey, don't come in my house.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
If bro, if you just like hang out, I'm not gonna tell people.
right.
Honestly, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
If there was a guy sleeping down there, I wouldn't, and I just knew about it.
Yeah.
Like I swear to God, I'm not going to tell anyone. Like
Right.
even if it's like rent free,
Yeah.
it's a little unfair, but we can afford it. That guy can't. I don't care.
Yeah. No, that's the part that sucks about that.
That is the
it's
part
like,
that sucks. And if I get a rapport with you, if you need a shower or something, if we're cool, I'll probably be a
if we're
cool
cool,
guy.
if we're cool, you can come in my house if you tell me about it.
If we're cool.
But if we're not cool, you can't come in my house,
No.
especially if you're not telling me about it.
if we're not... Holy shit, yeah. I mean, you nailed it. Hit the nail on the head, Tim. If we're not cool, don't come in my house and not let me know.
Yeah.
That's just... Go Lions. One pride, baby. I hate that. I love it, actually, is what I love. I love that you're using it, but like... I think this is my
This is definitely what they had in mind when they came up with this.
The loop machine, yeah.
Yeah.
This is my favorite one that you've done so far. It's so... I bet it's hard to listen to if you can't see what you're doing with the pedal too.
It has to be.
Also, you're so delicate with your toes when you touch the loop pedal.
Yeah.
You trying to be Keller Williams?
Yeah. I basically am Keller Williams now.
Breaking the schedule. How much time did I waste with my story? That's the longest story I've ever told on this podcast.
I mean, I wouldn't say it was wasted time. I feel like that's like
I gave
one
us
of the
content.
most interesting things that we've talked about.
It's one of the most interesting things that's ever happened to me, for sure. I had a dick guy come in, tell me I had a gas leak, and there's a homeless man living in my basement.
His two specialties.
That's what he's hired to do. He's hired to tell people,
That's why I asked.
yeah,
He was like,
the homeless people,
he was
because
like,
that's
you got
what
homeless people? I check on that too.
I'm really good at telling people if they got a homeless person in their basement.
I'll let you know.
First thing I look for, mattress. If there's no mattress, there's no homeless person.
Yeah.
What was the other one that you had there that you were playing that was going like good, 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 good?
Oh, the guy, the little guy?
Yeah, that
got
guy.
it.
I like. Yeah, I like the quiet little that with this. I think it would be good.
That was really bad. I hate that.
Why do you hate that?
It's just in there. Like, I couldn't even hear what was going on.
Oh, you couldn't?
No.
Oh shit.
It's okay. I undid it. It's gone.
Well, you could. This is us playing with a loop machine on this podcast. I can't wait till you get our mics hooked up with that, because I'm ready to say some shit and get it looped on.
Yeah, me too, dude. I haven't figured out how to do it yet because I need the mics to feed directly into it. So I either need to find a way to connect both of the mics to that, and then run that to this, which I feel like could mess with the audio quality, or maybe set up this mic back here.
I love that.
Yeah. if I got if I got the omnidirectional mic set up in between us and had that be the looping mic,
Okay.
like that could work.
Okay.
And then I could just flip it on and off for when we want to loop. But I still need to get a way to connect it directly from the mic to that.
It's a good.
And so I don't know if I would need to. I don't know if you can just connect it with a cable that's just like the 3-pin to the aux, or if you need some sort of special adapter for it.
Remember when you had those recording apps on your phone?
Oh yeah,
You had you had a thing that was kind of like a loop machine, didn't you?
Yeah, it was the same thing.
It was the same thing.
Yeah,
I missed that. You still have that? You still have all those recordings?
I don't know.
That'd be a fun.
I'll see if I can find that. Yeah,
Let's see if you can find that so we can play a little bit of
I
it.
have my phone. But, we'll check it out later.
We'll check it out on the podcast later.
That would actually work pretty well too. Like I could just plug that in the aux.
But guess what? You know what else happened since I've seen you last?
Oh shit! Yeah, you got a new phone.
I got a new phone.
So
and guess what?
What guy is this?
This is iPhone 14.
Nice. I don't know what it's on now.
It's on 15.
That's pretty good.
The 15 just came out.
That's pretty good then.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking good.
I could have had the newest one for the first time, but guess what? But I don't really care because this one had a discount. It's also it's smaller than the others. And it's
it is smaller than I was expecting.
It looks like an iPhone, like an old iPhone. It feels like.
Oh, really?
And it kind of feels like it too. But it's like, it's not. It performs well. But it's like, it's fine.
I actually like the slightly smaller size. Like, for watching videos and stuff, it's not as nice. But for putting it in your pocket, it's really nice to have it not be fucking massive.
Yeah, I really didn't need it to get much bigger than what I had with the 11, but it's good. But hey, you know what that means? I can plug shit into this and I can bring back some sound.
Hell yeah, dude.
You got it? No, I can't right now.
I don't have it hooked up.
We'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah. Tomorrow. Yeah, we'll do it tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I'll fuck you. Tomorrow,
I'm going to find you.
You probably shouldn't say I probably shouldn't say I'll fuck you tomorrow when it's Annie. Annie's a child. How long has that been going?
A while. Like, probably like 5 or 6 minutes.
The way your foot hesitates before you do it.
So dumb.
This is really bad.
This is bad.
It's so bad.
Oh no, it's not good. It'll get good.
I'll hear. It's funny to me always.
I really do. I want it for this kind of thing though, so we could like, if we want to do if we're sponsored by somebody, so we can have some sponsor music.
If you're listening to this today and you're like, oh man, I love this episode today. They don't talk about gas. Hey, how about you tell all your friends about it and see if they like when I talk about gas. And we'll only know when we know, baby. So yeah, go ahead and tell all your friends about this podcast so we can get sponsors and we can do this as a little bit of it gets us a little bit of money when we're doing it. That would be amazing.
I'd be alright with that.
You would be helping the future.
I'll tell you what though, I'm not gonna hold my breath.
I'm not gonna hold mine either. I don't think that goes with this, but every time you play piano, Tim, it's like a kid just got his first keyboard. Oh, you killed it. You killed the other one. God. Where are we at right now? All right, thank you, Tim. Oh, you didn't kill it.
I didn't kill it. It can store 99 tracks.
That's too many. That's 99 too many.
Like, how would you even know which one's which? You can't label them.
Oh, yeah.
99.
9.
It can handle, I think, a full hour of sounds.
Damn, son.
Pretty good. Yeah, I mean, dude,
Just go home.
we can go home.
Or do you want to not go home?
I'm ready to go home.
I'd love to play Minecraft,
Hey guys,
but I don't know if I can.
We're gonna call it an evening.
We're gonna call it
you know
an
what?
evening.
You know what, guys? I'm sorry this episode's uploading late, but I feel like it was worth it.
Well, Tim, I'm glad you feel like it was worth it.
I hope you all have a good evening. I hope you all like this episode. I think it's probably the best episode that you ever heard.
I think we'll figure out a better loop setup.
I think this is as good as
next
it gets.
episode. I think this is definitely as good as it. We've entered a new era of the podcast. It's called Doing It at Night and Better.
At night and better.
Oh.